Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII with me, Get Daved. So last time we helped Red 13, and then convinced him to come along with us. A little bit of a side story, a delightful one to say the least. Enemies around here aren't too bad. I think if you hang out around the coast, you can fight some enemies who will give you a really good enemy skill. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just telling you about it. So we've got something else to deal with right now. Oh, I'm so close to getting 2 level ups. Alright, tell you what. I'm going to go to the coast and I'm going to give everything one chance. Give the enemy I'm looking for one chance to face me. I'm pretty sure it's later in the game. There's an enemy skill called Big Guard, which is really good. The enemy that gives it to you is called Adamantimi. It's an Adamantoise. But, you know what? Let's just grind along the edge to think about it. Yeah. Not happening, everybody. Actually, I have come up with a different plan, and it involves a bit of a drive, so if you don't like watching a backtracking video, I would skip ahead, probably 10 minutes should do, because we have somewhere to be, and it has to do with getting Aerith's ultimate limit break. So first things first, we need to head back to Gongaga, and really we gotta head back to Costa del Sol. And I'm just going to be using Aqualung on everything in my way until I get there. Oh, the encounters. And if you all would like to know something, I had Aerith in the front row the entire time we were in there. Give yourself 20 points if you caught that. I feel like a real idiot now. I mean, she seemed to be taking a lot of damage, but oh well. My lack of being a details person comes in awful yet again. Now, because we have the buggy now, I think we can take a bit of a shortcut to get back. We don't have to go through the mountain pass. There it is. Which means this is saving us a huge amount of time. Then, we get to hop on the boat and go all the way back to Junon. So the trick is, we need the buggy on the other side, so you just have to drive it right into town at Costa del Sol. Always nice to be back here, though. Feel myself loosening up just listening to this lovely music. Absolutely. We watch ourselves sail across the ocean. Later on in the game we'll have much more effective means of transportation. Unfortunately, the sooner you do this the better. I actually should have done it as soon as I got the buggy, but truth be told I forgot and then I was on my way to Nibelheim. I mean, I was on my... dang it. I was on my way to the next town. We got right out to the outside. The next place we're going is Cloud's hometown. You'll remember it from that flashback with that nice Sephiroth guy. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm actually going to take this opportunity to at least check and see if they're carrying new stuff at the shops in Junon. This one often has good stuff. I hate you all. At least we're gonna get a chance to check out Fort Condor, which is something I cut out earlier, and it's because I was meaning to do it now, and then there's one point in the storyline where we're gonna have to do that. So, kids, I'm sorry I missed all your birthdays, but on the other hand, Fort Condor, You all like Fort Condor, don't you? And yes, it's a lot of walking. The tune's catchy, though. This song is actually featured very briefly in Final Fantasy IX. And I believe we want this way? Now that we've been to Junon and, like, done the formal thing, you know, I don't want to use the term quest, but we've done the plotline elements around here. For this disc, anyway. You don't have to sneak into Junon anymore like we did with Mr. Dolphin back in the day. You can just give a guy $10. Alright, almost there. Some people have mentioned having a difficult time finding Junon back in the day, the first time they played this game. Yeah, me too. I didn't get stuck like I did at Cosmo Canyon with that one depth perception problem I showed you, but I had troubles. And Aerith's doing $350 enemies with Matra Magic, so that's nice. Alright, here we go. We cross, and there's a little tiny cave here. Walk inside and we'll meet kind of a bizarre hermit. So how it works is he tells you how many battles you've been in, how many times you've run away, things like that. What you want to do is talk to him when your last two digits in combat are the same. So we've got to fight one more battle here. Cloud's gonna do his triple axle here. And you really don't want to accidentally get in one more fight on the way back, because then you'll have to do 10 more after that, so stay nice and close. This is a zoo, I think? No, zoos are more bird-like. I have no idea what this guy's name is. And I'm never going to know. I think it starts with a B. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments section. They always do. Alright, you gonna give me something? A bolt ring. That's not what I thought I needed. 1 minute, I need to think. Alright, bad news everybody. The last two digits have to be equal and they have to be odd. So we're gonna have to fight 11 more battles. So we might as well check out Fort Condor. Oh, I never thought this would be a backtracking video, but looks like that's gonna be the whole thing. But Fort Condor is exciting. We've got a little bit more money lying around this time too, so we should be able to have a much more interesting unit deployment. Of course, the final battle's the best, because you can just plunk 20 units on there, no problem. The more you come here, the more battles, or the more treats you can get. There's some FAQs on GameFAQs to help you really find out which ones are the most worthwhile. Hey, old man. Would it be worthwhile using your beds? Not really. As you all know, I'm not that cautious, even though, like, when we advance the story, we're going into a pretty dangerous area. It has been said that danger's my middle name, but still. Check out the Condor on top. Alright, let's go. Some barbarians, hey? Alright, so barbarians can shoot, I believe, which means we need defenders to take them out. Over 20 enemy units. So if I were to field 20 fighters, that would cost me 8,000 gil. No big deal. Defenders are nice and slow. Maybe we'll put a mixed group back here. I actually don't like to defend too much on this side. I prefer to intercept them lower down, so we'll get an attacker up here, and then I also am not a huge fan of the static defenses like the catapult and the stoner. The stoner rolled stones down the hill, and the worker can set bombs. They're not really that strong though, so... And let's see how we do with this. Let's roll. And you can keep placing units as the fight goes on. R1 and L1 will increase or decrease the speed. Oh yeah, I completely neglected shooters. And I'll take care of that wyvern. And the barbarian, so we're gonna need a defender to go challenge him. However, we don't want him getting mixed up with that wyvern. He will not come out favorably in that engagement. Alright, a beast. There's just sort of a basic rock, paper, scissors. You want attackers to go after beasts, shooters to go after wyverns, defenders to go after barbarians. You're just trying to get units matched up against those they're strong against. Alright, shooter should probably get out of there. Actually, no, standing still is good enough. Change of plans, actually. I want you going after the wyvern coming up the middle. And we'll need an attacker there shortly to deal with those beasts, so we'll send him on his way. Alright. Gotta pull this defender back. Oh no! You run! Not like this! He's gonna get his butt kicked. So we'll get the repairer healing that defender right away. Oh no! So the good thing about fighters is they're pretty good against any unit. Oh man, that defender died because of our poor tactics. I will have to be more vigilant. Alright, couple guys got swarmed, no big deal. And we'll pull everyone back up the hill. I think I overextended myself a bit there. Okay, everyone's HP is doing pretty well. Maybe not that attacker. So, beast coming up the hill off to the side. We should intercept with an attacker, but I don't like what's going to happen. We just need another unit. Those fighters will help hold that off. And I think we're going to have to send in a mixed force to deal with this. This Wyvern won't do too well. They won't get that much success against the fighter, and that shooter's just going to take him out. This is actually really good news that the fighter got in there first. Just hopefully he hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. That triple engagement. Okay, we got a bit of a problem on our hands. Barbarian slipping through. May plunk down a defender. Yeah, why not? We'll need one more before the end of this encounter. And the enemy commander's out. Kill them all! And fighter back off. Hope you live. Nope! Well, couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Fortunately, our defender is getting triple teamed there. I think we're just gonna have to send everyone in as support. Because unfortunately, yeah, that's just a lot of units in there. Okay, attacker, take out the beasts. Prepare some of our units. Okay, hopefully we're getting the right matchups in that mess. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Uh-oh. Need some fighters in there to support. Yeah, it looks like not all of the matchups we got were favorable. Beast's almost dead, the Barbarian's strong. So I'm gonna drop one more fighter, or one more defender, pardon me. And we should really start setting up for our inevitable encounter with the enemy commander, who is the hardest unit to kill, by far. See if we can send that guy out to intercept that last beast. Everybody else, get ready to spring the trap. Now you get some money left, or some bonus money at the end of this, based on what units you have left alive. 200 per unit. So that's a nice little bonus. And this matchup's not going to be favorable. I'm going to drop down one more attacker. Even though we could probably grind it out for the rest of this entire battle with whatever tactics we wanted. Yeah, I didn't realize that beast was so close to death. Oh well. As soon as that defender gets in there, he's screwed. 52 damage to the Barbarian. And now that attacker is in really dangerous territory, we should get him to withdraw. Alright, now enemy commanders are basically strong against all of your units and weak against none. So, your best bet is to stick a defender up against them. They have the best stats overall, aside from speed, but commanders don't exactly have a ton of that. If you're an absolute perfectionist, there's an item called the Vagiristic Claw. You can only get it by fighting one of these. If an enemy unit gets all the way up to the shed, Cloud and the others have to fight them in the normal battle mode. I would personally feel shame if something like that happened, but yeah, if you're a perfectionist, you want to fight the commander that way. Send in the defenders, and then everybody else can begin their swarm. Here we go. And as usual, the enemy commander killed by a swarm of little little soldiers. Yeah, never stood a chance. Well, I didn't play it that well, but we won. Hey, a peace ring. Not bad. So that was Fort Condor, everybody. Now, I'm gonna head back to the cave, and I've got some random battles to fight, so I'll see you in a moment. And welcome back! So we walked over here. I believe I have exactly 155 battles. Dang it. How disappointing. So, as I was saying, 155 battles. Hey! And we've got the Mithril. The Mithril is exchanged for Aerith's final limit break. To learn a character's final limit break, you have to learn all of their other ones as well. Either way, we're in good enough shape that we can head back now. And that's a bit of a trek. I'm just gonna off-screen it. Well, I think I'll show you one little bit. So I've taken the buggy back to Junon. Again, remember the buggy, or else you have to come back for it. If you just try going for it, he won't let you in, but... give me 10 gil. And now we can take it all the way up to the boat, across the ocean, blah 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 blah. Alright everybody, it's time for an important confession to make. Now I actually misreported something. I told you that you get the enemy skill Big Guard, which is awesome. That part's true. From an enemy called Adamantine. I was getting confused. It would make sense for you to get it from an Adamantoise, but it's actually from these guys. They're called beach plugs, and you find them in the coast in the Coral or Gungaga area. I guess probably Gold Saucer as well. So what we've got to just make sure you do is get Manipulate equipped. Why I didn't is beyond me. Also, if you have the accessory, the Hypno Crown, I mean, I don't, but if I had it, it would be a really good idea. And then just find a little bit of coast. Pack your belongings and head to the coast. And just grind along it until you get in an encounter, manipulate a beach plug, and then use Big Guard on yourself, and it will be yours. Big Guard is extremely expensive, because it puts haste, barrier, and magic barrier all on you at the same time. But it's cheaper than all of the spells combined, so that's nice. And it looks like this is going to take me a couple fights. Alright, here we go. This encounter looks familiar, but there's a subtle difference. So I'm just going to kill a couple of them. They only have 200 hit points, so it's not that hard to do. And then we'll leave it at that. You know what? We'll let Tifa kill one more. And we'll attempt to manipulate the last one. Hypno Crown will make that a lot easier. I will say it's worth trying to do this. There we go. And we'll use Big Guard on us. Oh, it's delightful. Using Big Guard is going to be part of your standard boss fighting tactics now. So whenever you have Barrier and M Barrier up, you take half damage from physical or magical attacks. And that's also worth noting, if you have Magic Barrier up, you'll receive 50% healing strength from your curative spells, but that's a trade that's worth it. And we're back from a relatively gruesome battle with some Sahagins. So everybody, now, as soon as this fight's over, and probably one after that, now we'll get to Nibelheim. And is a important plot point, to be sure. Well, didn't think we'd actually get here without an encounter. So, my apologies for misleading you at the beginning of the video and telling you that we'd be going into Nibelheim in this video. But next time, I promise we will, and, well heck, let's go in right now. I kept the promise. Now, as to why Nibelheim looks exactly the same as it did in the flashback when Sephiroth supposedly burned it to the ground, that's a bit of a mystery. But we'll save that for next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy VII.